Hey, this is Debbie Reynolds with Veterinary Home Health Care, and this is one of our God stories, kind of how God works through our business. And this last week, it's kind of windy out here today, so just ignore my hair blowing all over. But this last week, Jessica had what we call gotten a word, had someone brought to her mind that we haven't seen in a long time. A lady that her name is Sheila McGuire, and we haven't seen her in about a year and a half with her pets, but God brought her to Jessica's mind, and she knew that there was something coming up that had something to do about her, that there was some need in her life. We met Sheila a while back, and some of you may remember her story. Her trailer burned, and she was really miraculously saved. I think the fire department had to go underneath and get her out from the floor. It was a story in the paper about it. It was a miracle, and that's how we met her. We went to see her cats after they had the smoke inhalation and had the trouble with that. So we met Sheila through those circumstances and got pretty close to her. She's a pretty amazing lady. Lives by herself and has her 2 cats, and she's pretty awesome. But anyways, so Jessica was writing out the route for this week, one day this week, and Sheila's name was on the route. So she said when she saw that, she said, I know this is not really to see her cats, it's a ministry appointment. So we get to Sheila's house, and she realized she was a little overdue with her shots. Actually, she thought they were every 2 years instead of every 1 year, and then as soon as she realized, she called us out. But she was low on money, so basically she just needed those 2 rabies shots because she lives in a place where they require vaccines to be up to date. So we, kept the cost down as low as possible, just did the shots, did the bare minimum, and then she told us that she was going to the Kirkland Cancer Center coming up in a week or 2, that they had found some spots on her lungs. So as soon as she said that, we knew that's why we were there. And a lot of times when the Lord speaks a word about something like that ahead of time to you, He's preparing you to minister to that person. So since Jessica was the one that the Lord had reminded about the situation, that she'd gotten the word. That's what we call it. She got the word. She got the word from the Lord. So we were walking out to the car, and we were getting the rabies tags together, and I said, so since you got the word, are you going to be the one ministering to her? Because in the past, most of the time I've been doing the ministering, but Jessica's been doing a lot of ministering lately. And so she said, yeah, definitely. So we went in there, and she started talking to Sheila, and we decided just to tell her the whole crazy story, like that God had spoken to her ahead of time about her. And we knew when we saw her name down that we weren't really coming to see the cats. We were really coming to see her, and that there was a greater need. And we gave her some other faith-building testimonies. We talked to her for a while, and Sheila spoke with us and told us about how much she loved the Lord and loved Jesus, and gave us a verse, Jeremiah 29:11, that the Lord has a future for her. She shared with us how many times Jesus has saved her. She was in an accident where she had broken 18 bones and wasn't supposed to walk, and she walks. The house fire. There were so many stories, and that was just confirmation that she is supposed to live. So we prayed and ministered to her and prayed healing, because we believe in healing, and that by His stripes we were healed, that Jesus already paid a price for that. So we did some ministering to her, and her appointment is coming up the 2nd week of January, and we're eager to see and hear the good report that she is going to receive. But I just wanted to start sharing little God stories with you about how God works through veterinary home health care. A lot of times it's through the pets or for the pets, and a lot of times it's their people that are attached to them. So if y'all have watched this story this far, pray for Miss Sheila. Pray for her healing. And we just wanted to start a new thread of God stories, and I hope that you're going to enjoy them. Thanks for listening.